Colchester United and Preston North End walk out to meet their fate. One club with everything to lose, one club with everything to gain. These are the men that Colchester United have entrusted with keeping them in League One. David Fox is hugely important for them. The former Norwich City midfielder sits in front of that back four and guards them. He'll fill any gaps that appear. He was actually training with Preston North End earlier this season. He won promotion under Simon Grayson at Blackpool. Colchester's wingers will be key as they look to stretch the Preston North End defence. Both Gavin Massey and Jacob Murphy are quick. Murphy scored after just 37 seconds here on Tuesday. His brother Josh has just been relegated with Wigan. At the back stands Tom Eastman. He's been down this road with Colchester before. He's helped keep them up before. He, along with on-loan Spurs defender Bongani Kumalo, could have their hands full dealing with Beckford and Garner. These Preston North End players have got the city dreaming that this is finally their time to get back in the Championship. Joe Garner, the Preston fan who used to watch from the stands at Deepdale as a youngster, has been ripping defences apart all over this country. 26 goals to his name, and that's after missing a huge chunk of the season injured. Jermaine Beckford scored the goal which won promotion from this division for Simon Grayson's Leeds 5 years ago. Paul Gallagher is the man who supplies them. 17 assists for him this season, while Daniel Johnson has been a revelation since arriving from Aston Villa for £50,000 in January. Colchester United have 4 academy products on their bench. Preston have experienced firepower waiting to be called upon in Kevin Davis and Sylvan Ebanks-Blake. Well, Colchester striker Chris Porter had big boots to fill when he arrived in January to replace leading scorer Freddie Sears, who left for Ipswich. Gary, how important could his experience be today?
Well, when you're in the predicament that Colchester are in, you need leadership, you need experience, and he comes into that category. He's a great leader out there. He'll come towards the man with the ball, he'll hold play up very well, and if the supply's right, which it should do from wide areas, he'll get you goals.
Well, Joe Garner and Jermaine Beckford write the headlines, but this man, Paul Gallagher, provides the ammunition for the Preston front two.
Well, those two rightly mentioned week in, week out, but that man there just produces performance after performance. His range of passing is absolutely superb, and his delivery from set pieces, well, is there anybody better in this division? Perhaps not.
Well, the names of these Preston North End players are on the backs of their shirts. Will those names be written down in club history as the men who led the famous club from the famous football city back into the Championship? The men who came to Preston North End to lift the grand old club off its knees. A city in the northwest of England holds its breath. These young, hungry Colchester United players could become heroes in their town today. They carry the hopes of this place. They need to stand up for that badge, that shirt. Winning may not be good enough, but win is what they have to do. It's been raining for most of the morning. The Preston North End fans, as ever, have travelled in their thousands. 3,000 officially here, but plenty more dotted around the stadium.
It's a fantastic atmosphere. Preston fans travel a long way down to hopefully see their team get automatic promotion, but Colchester try and deny that. It'd be interesting to see how they start the game, Colchester, because if they go gung-ho against this talented Preston side, they could get torn apart.
Well, they started extremely quickly here on Tuesday against Swindon, scoring after 37 seconds. Jacob Murphy finding the back of the net. Really good goal as well, the quickest goal in League One this season. And what will be key for Colchester is playing the ball out wide to the likes of Murphy and Massey, because that could be a way in behind Preston North End's wing-backs.
Yeah, but they've got to get the ball out early to them, so they get the opportunity to use the pace, the trickery to get behind that Preston defence.
Referee for this is the experienced Keith Stroud. This is Richard Brindley to take this throw in for Colchester United, looking for the inevitable target of Chris Porter. Mentioned he replaced Freddie Sears, a completely different striker to what Freddie Sears provides. Massey gives chase to this, but is beaten by the pitch.
Yeah, and the wind, it is blowing quite a lot here at the stadium. It's played. It looked a decent ball, but he just gathers pace. I think he's going to get that, and all of a sudden skids off the surface. Out of play.
Well, he, like Tom Eastman, like the goalkeeper Sam Walker, have been down this road before, trying to keep Colchester United in this division, trying and succeeding in the past. This is the third time they've had to go through this, but this is the worst position they have been in those 3 years. There's Brindley. Porter will put himself around, but Huntington wins that particular duel. That's Fox. There's Brindley. Now Fox, who was hunted down by Jermaine Beckford. Challenged by Scott Laird. Nicely done by Welsh. There's Beckford as Preston North End look to find their rhythm. Gallagher. It was almost a perfect ball looking for Johnson.
The idea was a good one. And I think the wind plays its part.
Preston were bundled out of the Championship backdoor 4 years ago. It was a shocking demise for a club that had been banging on the Premier League's front door just 6 years ago. They never thought it would take this long to get back to where they once were. Now Preston North End have a chance to walk back onto the Championship stage. 9 months of blood, sweat and tears have led to this chance. Over the head of Humphrey, and Murphy unable to welcome it in.
Colchester have got to hope that Preston showing a sign of nerves. Very understandable. Conditions might equal things up a little bit. Very blustery out there.
Gallagher. There's Garner. Now it's Humphrey. Joe Garner once more, who's looking for Jermaine Beckford, who's offside. There's the potential link-up between the front two.
Tell you what a good line Colchester kept there on the edge of the box. You watch this when that ball's played in. There, just step up enough. It's a decent little run by Beckford, and you know that he'll get that right at least once in this game.
He thought his career could be over a few months ago when he suffered an inner ear infection which left him in bed for a couple of weeks. And he has come back firing.
That's the problem with Preston when you play against them. You stop 2 or 3 of the players and there's still others will hurt you out there.
There's Brindley. Now Gallagher. Sam Walker in the Colchester United goal, once on the books of Chelsea, really good goalkeeper, one of the best at this level. Humphrey. Here taste about Chris Humphrey, as we've seen a few times this season, easily away from Murphy. He's taking on Briggs here. This is Jacob Murphy. He was excellent moving forward, being pursued by Gallagher, but sometimes he can switch off Murphy and not track his man when he goes beyond him. Gallagher not impressed that that decision's gone against him.
Yeah, to say the least. He just sent the ball, whether the referee saw an arm or a hand. It's decent from Murphy. He's tenacious. You see him come through. I think there's a lot wrong with that, you know. Just sat on it. You see Gallagher coming into picture now. Yeah, gets the ball cleanly.
Fox with that free kick. He was looking for Porter.
Just a little bit too much on it again. He's over everybody and harmlessly out for a goal kick.
Colchester fans were wondering where the goals would come from when Freddie Sears left for Ipswich in the winter transfer window, but Chris Porter has stepped up with 7 goals since moving here from Sheffield United. And he is key to the way they want to play by holding the ball up and bringing the wingers into play. This is Scott Laird for Preston. Daniel Johnson has been a terrific buy, wonderful find, and Garner will try and attack that, and attack it he did on the first real bit of work for Sam Walker in the Colchester goal.
Well, he's not had a kick so far, but that's where good strikers come alive. The ball's a cracker in there, attacks it between 2 defenders. Brilliant top to win that. Right advantage against him, but he just wants it that badly.
He's a player who scores all kinds of different goals, tap-ins, headers, long range. A few hat-tricks this season, including one against Swindon last week. Joe Garner has been a revelation this season.
I think that's the beauty of him, the amount of different sorts of goals he does score. 2 that stick in my mind are the ones where he's just lifted them over the goalkeeper from the edge of the box. That's quick thinking. He looks up and he does it. He's not afraid to miss.
Gallagher. This is Jermaine Beckford, good challenge by Kamalo, but this is Johnson who's offside.
Well, the assistant's right in line. Smile on his face there. Not sure everybody thought he was. He's gone and playing the ball through, yeah. Good decision again, that back 4. More or less in a straight line, that's so important for defenders. If you've got one just lagging a yard behind, you're in trouble.
Colchester United will have to keep an eye on that man this afternoon, Daniel Johnson. Didn't play a first-team game for Aston Villa, but was educated there at Villa Park. Simon Grayson was after him for quite some time. There's been a goal at Stadium MK, and Baker has scored for MK Dons. The first bit of bad news for Preston North End this afternoon. Baker with that finish has put MK ahead. He's been a terrific signing for Carl Robinson.
Well, that's the problem when the fans hear about it, the players feel it from the stands. And how does it affect them on the pitch? I hope it doesn't.
Well, that's how it affects the table. MK Dons, as it stands, up to second and elbowing Preston North End out of the way. He will know. They're finding out.
I think the thing is, no disrespect to Yeovil, but everybody expected MK Dons to win that game today.
Ngani Kamalo, the man who's down, did have a short spell at Preston North End when they were relegated from the Championship.
This is why he's on his backside at the moment. The arm comes across, just catches him. Side of the face. And is it leverage? I think it is.
Well, the Preston North End fans were urged to wear yellow today. I'm not sure if that outfit was urged. Oh, that one. There we go. They've come in their numbers. They could have sold plenty more tickets than this.
You're borrowing your gear again, haven't they?
I'll be getting it back later, don't worry. So 0-0 here, and 100 miles away, MK Dons leading Yeovil by a 1-0. Goal kick straight out of play. Preston North End unbeaten in 18 games since their awful day at Crawley at the back end of January when Simon Grayson The coach journey back, but shaking his head, trying to come up with solutions after a really poor January. He was watching DVDs of previous performances, trying to find the answer. The answer may simply have been the return of Joe Garner, because since he returned to the team after his awful injury, everything's clicked. Won by Huntington. Here is Garner. Now Johnson. Lurd making the run inside of him. Next not to use him, and Johnson stands the ball up. Beckford look to attack it. Briggs got to it. That's Welsh. The block made by Fox. Now it's Humphrey. Another big block. This time from Gilby.
Well, if you want to stay in this division, that's what you got to do. You put your body on the line. Johnson did exceptionally well on that far side. A bit of acceleration. Lovely ball stinked into the box. Well defended by Colchester again.
There's Clark. Huntington. There's Clark. His brother Nathan could be in for a nervous day. Playing for Leighton Orient, who also down at the bottom. That was a strong challenge by Briggs on Johnson.
It's a cracking challenge.
Well, these are two clubs who could be going in different directions in a couple of hours' time, sharing the same pitch. Colchester looking to avoid League Two. Preston North End looking to go through the door into the Championship. That's Welsh. Colchester's destiny was taken out of their own hands on Tuesday night when they drew here against Swindon in a pulsating game. They were one width of a post away from climbing out of the bottom four. Chris Porter's header hit the post. Tony Hume's team were that close to keeping their fate in their own hands, but the fans didn't stop singing here on Tuesday, despite the result leaving them in big, big trouble. There's Murphy against the experienced Tom Clark. Nicely done by Briggs, away from Murphy. Clark again, slamming in.
Good reading of the game. Allowing the danger men to have any space to get the ball in the box.
Jacob Murphy. And once again, winning that duel was Tom Clark, and he's just shown in the last couple of minutes why he was named in the PFA League One Team of the Year for the very first time in his career.
Talk about leadership, and he certainly gives Preston North End that.
Bailey Wright. There's Garner. Al Gallagher. Gallagher was hunted down. He'll be putting that challenge in, and now this is Murphy. There goes Massey. Jacob Murphy again, on loan here from Norwich. Gallagher getting back goal side and winning the challenge. Another good challenge, this time from Briggs.
Great desire out there from both teams at the moment, really is. Basics being done very well.
Brindley ushered forward. There's David Fox. He's looking for Porter. Huntington was in the perfect position. Scotland. There's Humphrey. His performances this season to being linked with Celtic, Chris Humphrey. Jermaine Beckford standing his ground and doing really well, and then trying to go through the legs of Massey. This is Humphrey. Now John Welsh, put behind by Massey.
When you talk about Humphrey, I think one thing in Preston's favour with him, we've seen this, was put in early again, defended well, take no chances, but Humphrey gets back as well. He's very fast going forward, and with the pace that Colchester have going forward, he's important defensively for them as well.
Beckford waits. Paul Huntington, who scored 8 goals this season, is waiting inside the box too. Garner also ready to attack this. Gallagher with the delivery, and for once it wasn't his best.
Yeah, didn't get past the first man, did it?
There's Clark. Gallagher trying to remain onside. Now the break could be on for Colchester. This is Moncur. Fox. They had options on the far side of the pitch, but went the wrong way.
Certainly did. A lot of space on that right-hand side. Trying to get the ball though, Colchester being closed down very quickly by Preston, given any opportunity to get their key players into the game so far.
Gallagher was caught. The challenger Gilby. Gallagher stayed down, and that will be a concern for Preston. He's now back on his feet.
Referee didn't see it as a foul. He's up and running around, so it's been that bad.
There's Moncur. Famous name, son of the former West Ham United legend John, making his own name here at Colchester United. This is Murphy. Deflects off the corner flag and out for a throw-in, but Murphy's delivery is usually better than that.
Yeah, very disappointed, no pressure on him whatsoever. Needed to put a quality ball in there to make it difficult for that Preston back three, but it didn't happen.
"20 minutes in almost, and still waiting for the first big chance in this match. Such a hugely important day. A day racked with nerves for clubs up and down League One. Nicely done by Bailey Wright. That's Johnson. There's Jermaine Beckford again. Good hold of play by the Preston North End frontman.
Excellent. Good battles going on out there.
There's Humphrey. Eastman takes charge. Now Welsh will keep it alive for Preston. This is Daniel Johnson. Fist towards Garner. Again Eastman marshalling that back four, the leader of that Colchester United back four. There's Murphy with a chance to run. Porter's gone down in the middle. Murphy.
Murphy's quality's got to pick up a little bit. Just threw it into an area there which really didn't trouble Preston.
20 years of age, Jacob Murphy, still learning his trade, but on his day he is capable of some devilish deliveries.
When you have that sort of pace, you have to utilise it as you possibly can. He'll learn as he goes along. Decision making will get better.
Moncur, there's Johnson. A reminder, MK Dons lead in their game, so they at the moment are second, Preston third. Colchester need a win and hope as well to get out of the bottom four. They need results to go their way elsewhere.
Well, again, there's a lot of space on that right-hand side, but nobody saw it again. The pass was made, it was a poor one.
away by Brindley.
Twice in the last minute or so, the referee's got involved. Good first touch on both occasions.
It's Brindley. Johnson. There's Welsh. Garner. Now Laird. Johnson's made the run forward. Laird hangs on to it, then finds Johnson. He's trying to pick out Jermaine Beckford again. Eastman, perfect positioning.
Started really well at the back. Colchester, a couple of times. The line's been good at the back, caught Preston offside. Concentration.
Fox. Massey's after this. He's got Porter to hit in the middle. Slipped as he drug the cross out. Straight into the arms of Sam Johnston. Plenty of drama at the county ground. A penalty for Leyton Orient. Tyrrell Belford conceding it, the goalkeeper. Then he was sent off. His brother Cameron came on and did that. Huge moment. It remains 0-0 at the county ground. Swindon have made 9 changes to their team today.
Been doing that over the last few games, haven't they? Making a lot of changes. Cole Robinson wasn't overly impressed.
Chris Porter, beaten to it by Clark. That's Huntington. There's Humphrey. Brindley allowed to run a long way, and Johnston had to get down to it.
Well, there's been a lot of space on that right-hand side. This time they utilise it, Colchester. They back off, and he's right, I'll have a pop here. Big deflection. Johnson goes down, takes no chances, deviates away. Big strong hand, not sure whether it just cracked in.
Eastman makes his way forward. He's a big target to try and hit in the middle. He's gone beyond him though, and that's really good goalkeeping from Sam Johnston.
It is good goalkeeping, I agree with you, but it's poor again from Colchester. They have to keep it away from the keeper. It's the first opportunity to put a bit of pressure on.
Well, another goal. This one at the bottom of the table, affecting Colchester United, and it's gone the way of Bradford City, and the hugely talented Billy Clark has put Bradford in front. And that is what that means. Colchester still in trouble, but they knew they would still be in trouble, even with a win here today. The form has picked up of late. Wasn't so long ago they were 6 points adrift of safety, so the Colchester fans would gladly have taken a last day scenario. Scott Laird on the defending. It's dropped here to Johnson, who was setting himself. He's scored some beauty so far this season for Preston, but the ball just bounced away from him.
Adrenaline rush, realised they opened up for him. The nerves do come into play.
Hume is the man at the helm at Colchester United. He was in charge of the academy here for 5 years. He didn't really fancy being a manager, bit of a reluctant manager, but they turned to him when Joe Dunn left the club just at the end of the summer. Beckford, good strength again.
Oh, all the good work comes to nothing. What did that do there? Good at this, holding player, strong, allow the defender to get around him, throw it, and then in the end tries to pick his teammate out there, strike partner, and just gets it totally wrong.
That man just seems to know How to push the right buttons with Jermaine Beckford. They are a partnership which has paid dividends before at Leeds United. And they have been doing the business again with Preston North End. Here's Scott Laird. Gallagher's on the outside. This is Johnson. Another goal in the promotion race. It's come 100 miles away from here. And Dean Lewington has stepped up, and he's done that. MK Dons leading Yeovil by 2-0. MK Dons in the second automatic promotion spot as it stands. Preston need a goal here.
There's a long way to go. That's what's, even if it's like this at half time, Simon Grace has got to tell his players, you just need one goal.
At least these days with the technology, you don't get false rumours, which used to happen around the stands and terraces. Colchester claiming corner. Keith Stroud says goal kick.
Conjecture here whether it was a goal kick or a corner. Good battle again, good strength. How does it come off in the end? Yeah, it's a corner. Definitely.
Eastman again winning his battle. Porter moving the ball on. And Massey will pick up here. Bailey Wright out there to greet him. He's dropped the shoulder and moved away.
It's good recovery by defenders there. That's what they've got to do, Colchester. They've got to get it wide early to give their wide men Massey and Murphy the opportunity to run at defenders.
Eastman will linger and then just make a late move as he's about to inside the box, but Keith Stroud just put pay to that particular plan. So he wants to sort something out in the 6-yard area involving Porter and Bailey Wright and Sam Johnston. Get your arms off. Clear instructions from the referee.
See the goalkeeper desperately come off his line again.
Driven in by Massey. Eastman looked to attack it. Was beaten to it though. In by Fox. Clark again, there's the experience, standing his ground, making sure that Kamalo couldn't run at that.
They were doing it a little bit with the wind at the moment, Colchester.
Well, Simon Grayson, we're hearing, is not being told about what's going on, although he may have picked up a few vibes, I'd imagine, for the Preston North End fans. Whereas Colchester, their bench, they are keeping firmly in touch with what is happening around them. So, contrasting philosophies today.
Has he got earplugs in then, Simon Grayson? Because I'm sure the Colchester fans will be telling him exactly what's going on.
There's Johnson. Now Bailey Wright, who was part of the Preston team, part of the squad, was relegated from the Championship 4 years ago when they hit rock bottom. Although Preston have no worse days, of course. This is Gallagher. Scott Laird. Welsh picking up. John Welsh.
He doesn't get many goals, does he? So that's his efforts on target here. Comes out, onto it in a flash. A bit of dipping in the wind, but the keeper comfortably deals with it. Sure you'd expected to see Preston would be having more attempts on goal, and that was the point. A couple on target, but none really to trouble Sam Walker in the Colchester goal. Comfortable saves for him.
Murphy. Gallagher steps in. Eastman with Beckford breathing down his neck. This is Briggs. Holds the record for the youngest ever Premier League debutant. He made his Fulham bout, 16 years and 65 days. When he faced Middlesbrough in the top division. For all their troubles, Colchester have had some moments to remember this season. They blew Bristol City away here in half an hour, going 3-0 up in late February. They held off the champions fight back. They won 3-2. They won at Peterborough. They held Swindon twice, beaten Chesterfield. Colchester turn it on. They are capable of beating anyone in this league. Their main problems have come against teams around them.
You always ask questions when that's the case. The players can lift themselves for the big games against the teams at the top of the division. Why does the standard drop a little bit against teams around? Same at any level.
Hugely experienced Simon Grayson up against Tony Humes, former Ipswich and Wrexham defender. He's in his first job as a manager. In a little bit of trouble. He had to commit the foul.
That's a good decision by Keith Stroud. Again, it's the wind playing havoc. The ball looked all right to Humphrey, but it just swerved away from him. Lost control, and there's a tug back. The referee pulls it up straight away. Certainly welcome to May, isn't it? Blowing a gale, chucking it down with rain.
You like a good moan about the weather, don't you?
It's causing a few problems out there for the players.
There's Fox. This is Clark. He's cornered there. Good pressing from Murphy.
Literally cornered. Takes the flag down with it. Good pressure.
Briggs. Clark gets to that. Fox picks up over Colchester United. Johnson was right on his toes.
Defending again. Robust in the challenge.
Gallagher. He's found Jermaine Beckford. Supports arriving in the middle now. Jermaine Beckford. This now is Humphrey. Corners at the far post.
Didn't really need to put that much pace on it. It was going out of play whether the goalkeeper touched it or not.
Now it's Johnson. Moncur trying to keep an eye on him. Gallagher stretching as he took that ball out. A miscue from Gilby. And ball by Welsh.
Who's disagreed, to say the least. You see him flying at you in a little bit of a mood. You get out of the way. That's hit his arm, isn't it?
Good challenge by Scott Laird, because it was a wonderful first touch from Gavin Massey and he was almost in.
That's been the outstanding thing so far, the defending from both sets of players all over the pitch. Neither team's utilised the ball when they're in good areas. It's an early free kick, the touch is a good one, but look at that for a challenge. Perfectly timed, easy to switch off in those situations.
Colchester not looking like a team who are in the bottom four, not looking like a team that most likely at the moment are facing relegation. There's Humphrey though. Now Garner. Beckford's inside the box. Jermaine Beckford running across Kumalo, who followed him all the way. But Beckford was first to it.
It's quality defending again. Goalkeeper gives his teammate a big pat there. Rightly so. The ball's put in really early. Attacks it well. The pressure just enough to put him off. You see him look up there. Puts it in a great area. Love to see strikers attack near post. But defending excellent again.
He's still yet to make his debut for Tottenham. Bongani Kumalo, signed by Spurs 4 years ago. He's had a year out with an horrendous knee injury. He himself has said that he must step up today for his teammates because he is one of the experienced players in this team. Scott Laird in a little bit of trouble here.
Well, that's the reason he's down. Again, caught with a flailing arm. No intention to hurt there. Again, it's leverage, isn't it? To jump, you have to put your arms out. No jerk of the elbow there.
Another goal at Stadium MK, and it's gone the way of MK Dons again. They are doing their bit, and it's Potter. Lovely finish.
Well, you listened to Simon Grayson's interview before the game. He said they can win 10-0, but we just have to win one. He's spot on.
Maybe he's bought that crystal ball he's been on about.
Be amazing though if the MK Dons score 100 goals and still don't get automatic promotion.
Well, 91 points they will amass if they hold on to that, and they may not get promotion, which is incredible. That's how it's looking, but one goal here for Preston changes everything. Beckford. Garner looking to get to that again. It's Eastman who deals with it for Colchester.
The concentration levels have been spot on for Colchester at the back so far in defence.
Humphrey. That's Welsh. Garner. Held off by Kamalo.
Again, the referee on the look. Gets it right. A bit of frustration creeping in out there. Understandably so. You see the strength of Kamalo. Well, they're both at it, aren't they? Interesting way of tackling. that is great,
in the textbook. Huntington. There's Gallagher.
You don't often see that on a football pitch, do you, to be fair?
Well, it's tight, it's nervous, it's high-stakes football in this corner of Essex today. Sam Johnston making a save from Brindley at one end, but apart from that, the goalkeepers haven't really been extended.
Not at all. It's been very tense, very tight out there. All the action's been in the centre of midfield. Good defending all round, both teams. Very few clear-cut chances.
Porter taking a ride on the back of Bailey Wright. Well, it's that time of year again when dreams can still come true. Playoff time. Brentford against Middlesbrough Friday, 7:30, Sky Sports 1 in the Championship playoff semi-final, first leg. And look at that, not too far away from here. A huge game, Ipswich against Norwich City, Saturday midday, Sky Sports 1. The playoffs, we always say, brutal but brilliant.
Absolutely, that's why we love it so much. It's got its critics, but I don't think the critics are right.
This is Paul Gallagher. Beckford. Scott Laird will give chase to that. Now it's Daniel Johnson. Johnson's delivery just over the head of Beckford. And Eastman commanding at the back again.
That's real quality ball played in, but defended very well again.
Surge forward here by Matthew Briggs. Kicked all the way by Humphrey. And the cross easily dealt with. That's a point again to a good run. Now it's Brindley.
Well, that's just been the story of the first half. Balls over hits, quality not good enough when both teams get in good areas. I'll mention the weather again. That wind is really howling around this stadium, and that is playing a part. But then you have to adapt to that. Just take a little bit of pace off your ball.
He's had some issues to deal with since taking over at the start of this season. 5 games into the season when he got the job, the former academy director. He's had fans on his back as they've dropped down the league. been chanting for 4-4-2 as well, but he's sticking with the 4-3-3 system. He's fallen out with a couple of players as well, a couple of players that have fallen out of favour, particularly Close, who refused to shake his hand when he was substituted against Doncaster and is now out of the picture completely.
Doesn't help the cause, does it? You have those sort of eruptions within the club.
Another big goal at the bottom, and Swindon Town caught in possession, and Dean Cox has slammed home a goal for Leyton Orient. They were in the playoffs last season, they were so close to the championship. Today they are fighting for their League One lives, and they have moved out of the relegation zone with that goal. What can Preston North End conjure up from this? Paul Gallagher standing over it. Huntington forward!
Well, it's the best chance so far for them. A set piece. This wasn't overhit. Disappointed with that. His teammate actually gets in the way. Is it Garner gets in the way of him? Does it come off his shoulder? It gets out of the way. He gets a free header on this. If Garner gets out of his way, just push him off. It comes off the top of his head by the look of it. Needed a big shout though, get out of my way.
Big chance, great chance for Preston North End, and again, the delivery was key from Paul Gallagher.
Absolutely. He's having a good game, the referee. Fussy about the game, a smile on his face.
The final 60 seconds of normal time at the end of this first half. Both teams need a goal here. There has been yet another goal at Stadium MK. MK Dons 100th of their season. And it's come from the on loan Will Grigg. MK Dons in complete control. And at the moment they are in control of second spot in League One. And Will Grigg with another unique goal celebration.
Well, Simon Grace's prophecy could come true. Could be 10-0 and 1-0 here. Okay, Dons are going at the moment.
The silence around this stadium. 3,000 Preston North End fans were singing, dancing, jumping up and down before kick-off. But as you mentioned, Gary, they probably knew that MK Dons would do that today. It's all about what their team does, and Johnson's come a long way off his line, and he isn't made to pay. Sam Johnson with the decision to come, and Murphy couldn't quite find the finish. Preston North End off the hook.
Well, they get away with it. Why did the goalkeeper come off his line this far? I don't know. Again, I think the wind does play a part here. It starts on target, and I just think the wind drifts it away. It's a bad bounce there as well. Good vision. He looked up there, saw the goalkeeper off his line, and he must have thought, I'm in trouble here. But luckily for him, the wind and a dodgy bounce, and it's gone wide. Best opportunity of the game. All down to Sam Johnson in the goal.
Well, how huge a moment could that be for Colchester United too? A great chance to put themselves in front. He still had plenty of work to do though, Jacob Murphy, but couldn't quite find that finish. The door was open.
What a time to put your team in front as well. Right at the stroke of half-time. Why do goalkeepers rush off the line as much as they do nowadays? Baffles me.
Thank you, Simon. So, as it stands, a day of regrets for these two clubs, but 45 minutes to create memories to cherish. It's down to this. No changes by either team at the break. And Preston North End attacking in the end where their 3,000 fans are housed, the majority of them all clad in yellow today. Colchester United attacking their favourite end. in this second half, hoping to get the goal which, as it stands, would lift them out of the bottom four.
Yeah, it was very nervy that first half. Both teams did the hard work really well, closing down, letting their opponents play. One man who shone above anybody else was Beckford, really, for me. His movement was good, his ability to hold the ball up. Just think both teams need a little bit more quality and care in that final third.
Humphrey being pursued by Porter. Simon Grayson has been through some tense final days before. 5 years ago, his Leeds team had to beat Bristol Rovers to win promotion out of this league. They were one down and heading for the playoffs. Max Gradle had been sent off for retaliation and refused to go. It was all happening that day. Leeds managed to turn it around. Jermaine Beckford scoring the winning goal. So Simon Grayson will be quite relaxed about this at the moment.
Not sure that's the word I'd use.
He's quite a relaxed character. He knows there's still plenty of time to get the goal that Preston North End need here. They do normally score. This is Bailey Wright.
Good pressure. Colchester forcing them all the way back.
There's Moncur. Now Gallagher. Johnson's after this, and Jermaine Beckford has remained onside. It's Jermaine Beckford, brilliantly timed challenge by Eastman. He waited and waited, and then he made his move.
Tackle of the match without a doubt. Absolutely sensational tackle. Brilliant ball by Johnson. So just look onside there. He ought to have done. Then just that heavy touch lets him down a little bit, goes away and lets Eastman come across. But that has to be timed to perfection, and it certainly was that.
Gallagher with this corner kick for Preston North End. Delivered into a really good area. It was off the head of Brindley. Bailey Wright with a heavy touch this time.
It's every little thing like that that's making you a little bit more edgy as a Preston player or a Preston supporter. But you watch this touch in a minute there, just goes away from him. Just allows Eastman to come across and get that vital touch. He's more annoyed with himself that touch did get a little bit heavy and get away from him.
Well, Roy Keane was a big fan of Tom Eastman when Eastman was coming through the academy at Ipswich. Liked his attitude. Plenty of time for Tom Eastman.
Well, if Roy Keane likes your attitude, you've got a chance, because his attitude on the pitch and everything he did was absolutely superb.
Johnson with the chest control. Ball by Clark. Bit of space here for Garner. Now it's Gallagher. There's Briggs. And now it's Massey. Thanks to run of Bailey Wright. Nudges the ball around Wright, who then brings him down and will accept his yellow card.
Great invention there. Massey, the referee again spot on. This is the threat he possesses, ability, quick thinking here. Sees him closing down one way around the other, just takes him out. There's a yellow for the referee to give there, but that's what you like to see, a little bit of creation, invention from a player.
We've seen what Tom Eastman can do at the back. Now he's forward and ready to attack this. It's David Fox standing over it. Did try and bend one round the right as we look at the Swindon wall here on Tuesday to try and catch the keeper out. It's just wide. Goes for the delivery this time. Eastman was in there, did get to it, but couldn't get over it.
Well, Preston players wanted a free kick there, asking the referee. It's a decent delivery, it's attacked well, just can't get over the top of it here. Just hits the top of his head and goes over. Not a pushing and shoving as you'd expect, he's all over the defender. It's disappointing, he didn't get very far off the floor there.
He did score a hugely...
If he'd have scored it, it stood as well.
He did score a hugely important goal on the last day a couple of years ago here against Carlisle. I think he's only scored one since that day. Humphrey. There's Paul Gallagher holding off Fox. Fox was backed up by Gilby. One of those who's come through the academy here at Colchester.
So it's really noticeable that Colchester have not allowed Gallagher to get on the ball at all. They closed him down so quickly every time he's in possession.
Eastman done well again. This is Jacob Murphy. Got Massey to his right. Murphy just ran into Bailey Wright in the end.
He wanted to play it to his left, but his teammate had run offside, couldn't play him in.
Now it's Humphrey driving at Colchester United. Both teams in need of a goal here. It's Humphrey, and now it's Paul Gallagher who gets that all wrong and looks down at the pitch. But that was another opportunity for Preston North End.
Well, this is what you want to see Humphrey do. Use that pace, that trickery to set up this chance for Gallagher. It seemed to bobble just as Gallagher goes to hit it. Takes up a great position. Yeah, bounces up on him. Couldn't get over the top of it. There's the big bounce. Wasn't expecting it to come up that much. Didn't really get over the top of it.
A goal at the bottom of the table. Remember, Coventry missed a penalty in this game, and now they are behind. Pogba has put Crawley in front. A huge game down at the bottom of Sky Bet League One. And that is how it stands. A goal for Colchester, but still as it stands, move them out of the bottom four. And Scott Laird.
It's easy for Sam Walker. No pressure on him at all.
Still have had a change in direction over the last 3 years. That's Robbie Cowling. He's the millionaire owner of the club, the West Ham fan whose dream was to buy the Hammers. He's had to make a big decision here at Colchester. He originally wanted to try and take the club back into the Championship, but that hasn't happened. The budget's been reduced here over the last few years, and they want to bring through their own players, and 6 of their youth team have made first team debuts this season. That's why he turned to Academy Director Tony Humes to manage the club.
Well, that's how it's got to be, isn't it? It's the future of the game. Get your academy right, the right people in charge of the academy, and you've got a chance.
From academy, from backstage to main stage to centre stage for Tony Humes. Well, he and his team need a goal here. Talking of goals, another goal at the bottom, at the county ground, and Swindon Town again getting themselves into all kinds of trouble. And Chris Dagnall, terrific player, great finisher, has put Leyton Orient 2-0 up at the county ground.
Well, I think Swindon Town will be everybody's favourite team at the moment, all the changes they're making. But you can understand it, they're in the playoffs, they want to get everybody right for that.
Despite that goal, Leyton Orient still in the bottom four because Crawley are leading in their game against Coventry. There's Gilby. Jacob Murphy. Humphrey again getting back, but Murphy has stood his ground. He's away from Clark. Huntington in the way of that.
It's just a carbon copy of the first half, really, isn't it? Scrappy, not many chances being created, both teams giving the ball away.
One moment to change everything. There's Johnson. And now it's Gallagher. He drags it wide.
Start to knock on the door a little bit more, aren't they now? Preston North End. Johnson this time setting up Gallagher, gets a bit of space. Look how quickly he's closed down and the pressure puts him off. It's excellent defending again because they realise what a danger Gallagher can be to them.
There's Moncur, who's onside, and Johnson off his line makes contact with Moncur. Big moment, penalty Colchester United. Sam Johnson with the decision to come. He made contact, and Colchester United have a penalty kick.
Well, the assistant had a great view of this. It's a lovely little dink by Porter. Keeper comes there. And now did the striker go into the goalkeeper, or the goalkeeper go into the striker? There he comes off his line. No, you've got to say the goalkeeper's lost it, that touch round him. You're always liable to give it away when you come off your line, dashing like that. There's the referee's position, has a look across at his assistant, takes his time, gives a penalty, and I think he's got it right.
A yellow card with Sam Johnson. Chris Porter, who scored a penalty at Fleetwood last week. He's not the designated penalty taker, but he's put the ball down on the spot here. This is pressure. This is massive.
How's your bottle?
It's Chris Porter, who has blown his big chance. And Preston North End are still in with a chance of automatic promotion. Delight for them, but heartbreak for Chris Porter, and heartbreak possibly for Colchester United because of this.
This is probably one of the worst penalties you'll see this season. Really is. He keeps his head down, hits it with pace, but unfortunately way over the crossbar. Huge sigh of relief from the Preston North End supporters and the players. Now that might just lift them, might just deflate Colchester. That's a shocking penalty. You know when it's a time like that, when you're taking a penalty, just get your head down, get your foot through it and smash it straight down the middle. If the goalkeeper saves it, fine.
Well, the penalties he has been taking, they have gone high. He's hit them with plenty of power. They've normally found the back of the net. But Colchester United have missed a penalty. They've missed a massive chance to climb out of the bottom four. A massive chance possibly to change the course of history for their football club.
Yeah, what a moment that could have been for them. Still a long way to go. Still just over half an hour. But that could just have been what the MK Dons were looking for as well.
Callum Robertson has been brought on to replace Chris Humphrey. Now this could mean a change in shape for Preston North End. There's Gilby. Colchester United now have to pick themselves up. There's Jermaine Beckford. Gilby in front of Johnson. And 3,000 Preston North End fans could barely bear to look at that spot kick. Simon Grayson still looking pretty relaxed. Tony Humes thinking of what could have been. This is Gallagher. And now it's Johnson, who more often than not when the ball is dropped to that left foot since he's arrived at Deepdale has found the back of the net.
Brilliant defending again. They threw themselves at that.
Gallagher once more. Joe Garner with his eyes on that. Kamalo, now it's Garner. And Preston with a free kick in a really threatening position.
I wonder who'll be standing over this. I think Gallagher will have a big say in this.
So Daniel Johnson is trying to nudge Paul Gallagher out of the way here. It was Daniel Johnson who picked the ball up, but Paul Gallagher looks to have pulled rank.
No surprise there. Interesting as well, Colchester keeping 2 up, which is, I think, a good thing. Engages.
It's Paul Gallagher. Wall stood firm. And was put in the perfect spots, but Preston North End now have a corner. Taken quickly by Robinson. Here's Gallagher, dangerously into towards that near post, and Briggs in the way that time.
Funnily enough, that penalty miss seems to have just lifted Preston. Just really knocking at that Colchester door now.
Gallagher's delivery key again, and Benny Wright had made a late dash forward and was in the midst of all that, and Preston North End remain capped on the Colchester United doorstep.
Colchester thought they'd got a goal kick. Assistant flag went up and said no, it's a corner.
Scott Laird with this corner kick. Again, Colchester stand their ground. It was Brindley who met that.
Defended manfully, to be fair to them. Colchester throwing bodies at everything, as you have to when you're in this predicament.
Jermaine Beckford has brought the referee's attention to something. Eastman is the man who's keeping an eye on him. That's Murphy. There's Scott Laird, heavy touch, and now Moncur, the man who won the penalty for Colchester. Yeovil have pulled the goal back against MK Dons. MK still firmly in charge though. This is Massey.
Well, again, to say it, get into good positions and don't produce. Story of the first half for Colchester. Again, the ball just overhit. He does everything right, gets himself some space, steadies himself, and then just puts it out of play.
Brindley under pressure from Robinson. Goal kick for Colchester United. And the goal here for Notts County at the Priestfield Stadium. They hit the front, down at the bottom of Sky Bet League One. And that is how the bottom 4 is looking. And the goal at the moment for Colchester wouldn't do them any particular favours as it stands in terms of getting out of the bottom 4. They still have to score and hope. They've had that one big chance, the penalty, which Chris Porter blazed over the crossbar.
Well, they've had the 2 best chances, the one just before half-time and that penalty. That's good pressure by Garner.
Huge emotion around this stadium. Whether those wearing Colchester United shirts or Preston North End. Gallagher, Walker comes a long way and gets his hands on it. This now is Daniel Johnson. Now it's Bailey Wright. Clark with a chance to measure this. Now it's Gallagher, and it's Beckford! Huge block! And there's another one as Huntington took aim. And the flag has gone up. Preston North End have been caught offside, but again, bodies on the line.
It's been magnificent from Colchester when it's been needed. The ball's a cracker in there. Plays straight back in there. Look at this for desire to get that block in. And there, the assistant's flag goes up. Again, the right decision. The officials have had a good afternoon so far, but that block is absolutely brilliant. Second one, fabulous. It might just not be enough to keep them in this division, unfortunately.
Well, That's Briggs, who was in need of some treatment here. Beckford caught him. Well, they held their breath a few moments ago as Chris Porter stepped up to take the penalty kick for Colchester United. But it's been that kind of season for Colchester. Porter, who struck a post here against Swindon, that would have won the game. They would have still had their fate in their own hands. They would have been out of the bottom four. And then they step up and miss a penalty, but still those fans defiant.
Nervy. Seeing their team get closer and closer.
Preston North End have to avoid the playoffs. Playoffs mean one thing in that part of the world: misery. They've never been promoted in 9 playoff campaigns. They've lost 3 finals, shed countless tears, and that is why they have to get this done today. Confirmation, by the way, that Preston have gone to a back 4 since Robinson came on. Clark now at right back. That's Welsh. Kamalo. There's Jermaine Beckford. Daniel Johnson. Spacing out by Callum Robinson. Robinson! No takers!
Too much on it for me. From the position he was in, that close to goal. Didn't need that much pace. Just tease it across the face of the goal. For once to get sucked in there, Colchester. Gets his first touch right, but then drills it hard. Just goes beyond everybody. Just needed teasing into that area. Tries to do it, just gets too much on it. It's a good job the defender didn't get anything on that. He'll put that in his own net. That's one thing both teams have lacked more times than not in that final third. And they've had the opportunity to put a little bit of quality on. It's not happened.
There's Joe Garner, who does possess plenty of quality. Now it's Callum Robinson, whose direct running is causing Colchester a few problems.
Well, I'll rest my case. Another one. Goes beyond everybody. Another promising moment comes to nothing. And he does well, does everything well. Just checks inside. No real pressure on him now. Just dink it in there. Just right beyond everybody. Don't know who he's trying to blame there. It was your ball that went beyond everybody.
Another youngster learning his trade. Robinson, who has come through at Aston Villa, but wearing the shirt of Preston North End and trying to guide them into the Championship. Another goal at the county ground. Swindon Town have pulled one back. Anton Rogers with it. Son of Brendan. Swindon 1, Leyton Orient 2. Jermaine Beckford. This Preston front 2 have been scoring goals for fun this season. They need one now, badly, because MK Dons, as it stands, are heading into the Championship. Strong defending by Bailey Wright, a real talent found by Preston. Australian, came over as a youngster to Deepdale. There's Joe Garner.
Trying to do the right thing. Touch let him down. It comes up high out of the sky. That swirling wind, very difficult to control. Concentration's good. Just dips on him there. Wanted it on his chest and just sticks him a bit lower down.
Johnson. Gilby. He's not for giving that up. There's Murphy. Now it's Fox. Clark. Preston North End build again. This is Paul Gallagher. Trying to pick out Garner, who goes down all too easily as far as the referee was concerned. Now it's Massey. Massey has slipped that through to Murphy, who's onside. Porter's in the middle. It's Jacob Murphy! And Johnston was there to greet him, but Murphy elected to take an extra touch rather than slotting it across the Porter, who was waiting to finish it off.
Yeah, he got it in one. Too many touches. Build-up's good. Just onside, the release is good. There, one touch, two touch. That one takes him too wide. He's got to play Porter in earlier there.
All about decision making. Well, a corner for Colchester United. Could this be their moment? Sam Johnston surrounded on his goal line, but he came through the crowd to claim. Jermaine Beckford almost succeeded in keeping that ball in play.
Did the right thing, Sam Johnson, but the wind again just carried it a little bit too far for Beckford to be able to do anything.
Years ago, his winner won promotion for Simon Grayson's Leeds United. Out of this league against Bristol Rovers. He needs something, and he needs it soon. There's Murphy, who's ridden the challenge of Welsh. 3 against 2 here. Again, it's about the right decision. This is Moncur, and it's straight at Johnston.
Well, another terrific opportunity. Possibly. Again, the break is a good one. They have got 3 on 2. Look at Massey, desperate for that ball to be played to him. Plays it to Porter, who could still have played Massey in. Perhaps should have played him in. Comfortable save for Johnson. They're stacking up now, Preston. Colchester had the better ones for me.
George Moncur, one of those players who made a big decision to leave a Premier League club in search of football elsewhere, having left West Ham for Colchester. Gallagher's free kick and the wind causing all kinds of problems again.
Well, we can feel it up here. It's really howling up here on the gantry. It must be swirling all over the place down there. You can see looked a decent delivery to start with. The wind just gets hold of it and just takes their game beyond everybody. Yeah, he's gone and trying to get something on it, but just gathers pace and out of play.
Robinson took his sleeve this time.
Well, his decision making's been pretty poor. He's coming on and comes up to apologise. A few players have been a little bit dejected with that. Checks inside. He's got the ability, but you say decision making at any level is so important, and he's picked the wrong one there.
Preston North End have not been involved in a goalless draw for over a year. Well, that's a decision here. It's a free kick to Preston North End. Eastman is about to be yellow carded.
Very awkward, definitely handball. Again, I think the wind and the bounce beat him. I'm saying it was a clear goal scoring opportunity, but I'm not so sure about that. Referee gets the information from his assistant. See there, gets it all wrong. Garner would have been away, but I'm sure there's a covering defender. There's a little nudge in his back there for me, to be fair, as well.
Colchester United's leader of the back four in the referee's book. Paul Gallagher, 17 assists for him this season. Can he step up again now when Preston North End need him most? Gallagher's delivery, and Garner was in the middle. And Preston will have a corner.
What a delivery again. Must be great being a striker when you've got Paul Gallagher putting balls in like that. Takes pace off it this time. It's good defending. Enough to put Garner off there. One in front of him, one just behind, just comes off the back of his head.
Driven ball this time by Gallagher, and Brindley was first to it. Scotland. There's Johnson. Joe Garner is onto this and heads it wide. Of all the strikers you want bearing down on goal, it would have been that man in this league.
Well, what a delivery again this is from Johnson. Just hangs it on beautifully. It tacks in, you think, well, just hit the target, you score. Nobody picks him up for the first time. It's a free header, just comes on him a bit quickly again. The wind picks up again, gets up a little bit early. You still expect him to hit the target at least.
5 goals in his last 3 games. He has been on a hot streak since the season began. 26 goals despite missing a huge chunk of the season. That would have been massive for Preston North End. Talking of massive, Coventry City have hit back at Crawley. Touquet with it. Crawley 1, Coventry City 1. So a goal for Colchester would lift them out of the bottom 4. There, that is how close this is. Fine margins.
Brilliant to have a last day like this, isn't it?
Johnston is going to walk about again. Right decision.
It had to come that time.
There's Joe Garner. Moving away from Gilby. It's Joe Garner. Walker deals with it.
Oh, it looked like it was moving all over the place there. Didn't want to take any chances there. Sam Walker.
Callum Robinson. Too much on it.
That's a recurring theme, isn't it, from him? Every time he puts the ball in the box, it's going 10 foot over everybody. Well, there's the strike from Garner, keeps it down. Takes no chances at all there. A little bit of movement on. Bounces a little bit for him there, which helps. Just does the right thing. Batters it away from goal.
Still they wait, still they hope. They have travelled in huge numbers down to Essex today. 3,000 officially here. They could have sold many more. Most of the rest of the city is out in force watching it wherever they can. Standing shoulder to shoulder with their team, hoping to roar them over the line. MK Dons with a 5th goal. Lewington with that goal. MK Dons are around about 15 minutes away from partying, 100 miles away from here. Couple of changes on the way. 2 of the academy products on the bench for Colchester are about to come on. Sammy Smodics and Dion Sembi-Ferris about to step into the heat of battle here. There's Welsh. Now Gallagher. Dangerous ball in again.
Possibly the ball in the second half, that fighting somebody to come and just get a touch. Look at this for a ball. Somebody gambling there. It's in the 6-yard box, it's away from the goalkeeper. Something you think I've got to get on the end of that.
On goes Alex Gilby, on comes Sammy Smodics, who is capable of scoring a goal or 2. And Jacob Murphy, who's had a couple of good chances in this game, particularly in the first half. He goes off, and on comes Dion Sembi-Ferris, who will play wide. He is direct and could cause Preston problems. show the strength of their academy here, and if they do go down, hoping to show that the future is bright, that the plan will work. That's Sambi Ferris. Sami Smodics immediately both substitutes into the action, and it's a corner.
Right introduction there for the two players coming on. The ball across front, a heavy touch there. Chances taken there for the corner.
Gavin Massey with that corner kick. Joe Garner with the reach. Smodics 19, Sambi Ferris 18, which further brings down the average age of this Colchester United team, which average age was 24 of the starting 11. Porter to be being held. There is Porter, and it's Monker! It's the moment they wanted, the moment they needed. Colchester United take a step closer to safety and could be ruining Preston North End's promotion dream.
Oh, what a sweet finish this is. For once, one of the two teams gets it right. Delivery's a good one, kept away from the keeper. Porter does ever so well here. The finish really accomplished. The ball's laid back and he finishes it beautifully. Keeper's got no chance whatsoever. You have to admire what Porter did there to set that opportunity up. And there, composure personified. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. It's a massive goal this is.
George Monker, the 21-year-old son of the West Ham United legend John, is making his own name, is making a name for himself in this part of the world. Colchester United, they needed a win today, they needed results elsewhere to go their way. This is how it stands at the bottom of Sky Bet League One, because Colchester United have moved out of that bottom four. There's confirmation. As it stands, Colchester United are staying up and Preston North End are heading into the playoffs. Preston North End need 2 goals here. 7 minutes to play. Almost everybody forward here for Preston North End. Robinson's in the middle, likewise Beckford, and I think Robinson took it away from Beckford. Preston will have a corner.
They thought it was a goal kick. Just got to concentrate now, forget about that.
Gallagher with it, Walker with a big decision to come, and he was almost caught out.
Gets very lucky indeed. Gratefully grasps that at the second attempt.
Another free kick for Preston North End. The pressure intense here. Well, they have heard what's happened here. News has filtered through 100 miles away from here. MK, as it stands, are destined for Championship football. And as it stands, Preston North End will be heading into what has become for them the dreaded playoffs. That's Massey, and here's Scott Laird.
Massey just got to run with that. And then straight back to Preston, and there's the story of the second half a little bit for Preston. A number of times they've put the ball out of play.
Kevin Davis is being thrown into the action here. And he replaces Scott Laird. Preston North End have to go for this.
Well, can he get back in this game? Bags of experience, loads of vital goals throughout his career. Desperate for one for his team now.
And his mere presence will cause problems.
Without a doubt.
1 goal in 58 games, but his presence will give Colchester United plenty to think about. There's Sambi Ferris. Sambi Ferris charging at Preston North End, and this is Sammy Smodics. It's Smodics! How big a moment could that be from Sam Johnston?
What a save this is. It's only with his leg, but it's still a fabulous save. The two young boys do brilliantly here. Look at this for a run by Sambi Ferris. Beautiful little dig there. Nearly falls over, stays on his feet. He must have thought he'd beat the goalkeeper there. That's tremendous there, so direct, and still with the presence to lay a ball on like that. The goalkeeper keeps his team alive.
Preston North End keep 3 forward for this corner. Colchester pull 4 back. There's Moncur, he might try his look again. It's Massey, it's another Colchester corner.
They're not content with that 1 goal, nor should they be, because they know Preston have got the ability to get back into this game and deny them. They want another one just to make sure.
Preston North End unbeaten in 18 games, but on Judgment Day, on the final day of League One, they are behind here and need something special. Sylvan Ebanks-Blake is coming on.
Such a party atmosphere from the Preston fans before the game. Must have thought Colchester down at the bottom, they were going to win this game. And that's how football is. And you're playing against a team who's got something to play for as well. Survival can become very difficult.
As it stands, Colchester United are staying up. They are staying in League One. That could change with what happens elsewhere, but they are doing their bit here. And now Preston North End bring on Sylvan Ebanks-Blake, and off goes Jermaine Beckford, who sprints off the pitch.
Well, I'm surprised he's come off. Really surprised he's come off. You'd rather take a defender off, wouldn't you, and keep as many strikers on when you need the goals.
Kevin Davis beaten to it by the stooping Fox. That's Sambi Ferris. Sambi Ferris away from Robinson. It's Sambi Ferris. This time it's Preston's body on the lines, and it's body's on the line, I should say, and it's Paul Huntington who got to it.
What an introduction it's been for that young man. Sambi Ferris has just taken this game by the scruff of the neck.
Winter is coming on for Colchester United. Not yet though. Coming through a Palace. There's Smodics.
Well done again, keeping that ball deep in Preston territory. That's what the doctor ordered for Colchester.
Final 20 seconds of the 90 here, and Colchester United, as it stands, are surviving, and Preston North End are heading to the playoffs. Promotion was in the palm of their hand, but they may well have blown it. Automatic promotion. They will have a second chance in the playoffs.
A lot still could happen in this game.
Into 5 additional minutes. 5 minutes for Preston North End to score 2 goals here.
Just what Preston wanted to see, just what Colchester didn't.
That's thundered forward by Sam Johnston. Sembi Ferris. Colchester have survived in the last 2 seasons. Is this to be the hat-trick? They feel around here, if they survive this time, that they won't be in this position again. They feel they will have ridden the storm. It's the end of the afternoon for Gavin Massey, who has run his heart out for this club, for that shirt, for that badge. And Alex Winter comes on. Who signed permanently for Colchester from Crystal Palace, had a loan spell at Portsmouth earlier this season. Hoping to play his part now in Colchester United's survival. Forward by Welsh. Walker claims.
A huge sigh of relief from the home fans. Walker comes and claims that very well indeed.
The owner sits nervously. Robbie Cowling, the millionaire, the man who's poured his money into this club, but he couldn't keep sustaining it through his own pocket. He's cut the budget down, reducing their own players, and they hope that that will get them a bright future if they survive this.
We've seen some of those bright players, haven't we? Changed the face of this game a wee bit.
There's Peter Ridsdale, who's the advisor to the Preston North End owner, Trevor Hemming. Trevor Hemming, whose horse once again won the Grand National this year, but maybe a unique double of Grand National and promotion may not be happening, but they will have a second chance, Preston, in the playoffs. For Colchester, there were no second chances today.
Yeah, many clouds in the Grand National. And dark clouds hanging over the Preston end at the moment.
So Coventry have scored a late goal at Crawley. Coventry lead by 2-1. Dickinson has scored for Gillingham against Notts County, which mean further changes at the bottom of Sky Bet League One. This is what's happened. Gillingham scoring to go 2-1 up against Notts County and maybe break Notts County hearts. There's Sembi Ferris. This is how it stands. Colchester still out of the bottom 4. This is Bailey Wright. Ebanks Blake forward for Preston North End. Now it's Kevin Davis. Couldn't bring the ball under his spell. An automatic promotion is slipping away for Preston North End.
That was a foul.
There's Gallagher. Welsh. Repelled by Winter.
We'll talk about the forward players in this Colchester side. I think the defence has been absolutely magnificent this afternoon. It's about now is concentration. Do not switch off. Ball's coming in the box.
Dealt with that time by Brindley. There's Johnson. This is Clark. And it's fizzling out for Preston North End. The 5 minutes are almost up. Colchester United will still have to wait for results elsewhere to be confirmed, but they're doing their bit. Colchester United had all but given up hope. Their fate seemed sealed, but they have fought with all their might to survive. It's not confirmed just yet, but they have ripped up Preston North End's promotion plans. One team celebrates, one club celebrates. For another club, the world caves in. Preston North End came here to party, but the party is on hold for now. It's the playoffs for them. They came so close. All they've worked for snatched away. While Colchester United, this young team who refused to walk away, look to be surviving.
Tony Humes must be so proud of this team. They've been magnificent to a man, from the back to the front. The back players, all on that back four, have been absolutely superb. The blocks they've put in, the interceptions, absolutely superb, and that lifts everybody else. I think Preston's second half, they got in good areas, especially down the left-hand side, and every time they put it in the box, it was too much, went out of play. And there's the dejection on the faces of the Preston fans.
Well, they will have to pick themselves up. But Colchester United survive. They have done it. This young team, these young players have stepped up for this club, for that badge, for that shirt, when it mattered most. Notts County have been relegated. They are down. They have dropped into the bottom four. They were out of it just going into this game, going into the final day. But Notts County are down, they have gone. And Colchester United have managed to pull it off again.
Well, look at the jubilation down there from the home fans, the players. And you wonder on that performance why they were down there in that bottom four, because the organisation was excellent, the defensive qualities were superb, the concentration levels absolutely spot on. Porter on that lone striker's role really well, trying to hold play up, trying to bring the pacey players into the game. And you have to say on the second half they deserve it.
Well, delirious scenes here for Colchester United because they've beaten Preston North End, and Preston North End's defeat here means this for MK Dons. Carl Robinson has done it. After years of frustration, the young manager who is building a massive reputation has taken MK Dons into the championship.
Yeah, you've got to be delighted for him. You love listening to him. His enthusiasm for the game is overwhelming. And he's been knocking on that door and he finally gets them over the line. He must have thought his opportunity had gone again, but all his team could do was win the game, and they did it.
So MK Dons promoted to the championship. Colchester United survived. There's the man who did it, George Moncur, who's finally made his way through the crowd, through the fans on the pitch. He stepped up with a massive moment. They are celebrating and partying on this pitch. They will talk about this day for years and years because they thought they were gone.
They certainly did, but what changed the game a little bit for me were the two substitutions, Sembi Ferris and Schmodix. I think when they came on, they just lifted everybody by what they were doing. They played with no fear. They just did what they do well. They took players on, they used their strengths, and they caused all sorts of problems for Preston.
Well, let's get some reaction from a jubilant Colchester United. Chris Porter and George Moncur are talking to Jonathan Oakes.
George, Chris, well done, you're safe, can you believe it?
Mate, it says it all, you know. It's unreal, obviously great from him to set me in, but I just can't believe it, you know. Just overwhelmed, Colin.
Did you really think when you went into this game that you could do it?
Yeah, I think obviously we got the players to do it and obviously we showed it out there, second half definitely. Yeah, when we went, obviously scored the goal, I just couldn't believe it, and credit to the whole team for the season, they've been quality.
What about the contribution of the fella next to you to set up your winner?
I'm real from the geezer, he had the vision to cut me back and I slotted it, but yeah, credit to him, man.
Chris, how glad are you that penalty miss isn't going to count for anything now?
I know, thank God. So made up, I thought I'd blown it for the boys, so for George to step up and score there, unbelievable.
What does it say about the character of this group to win through today?
Massive. I mean, at Swindon we should have won. We were a much better team than Swindon on the day. We didn't win, and today I thought we were a better team again, and we didn't fully deserve to stay up this season.
How much does it matter to you to be League One players next season?
Oh mate, it's everything, you know. Obviously no one likes to go down the league, whatever standard it is, but obviously retaining League One for next year is just different class, and credit to everyone.
Fans will be celebrating tonight with the players.
Just a bit, yeah, I think so.
Well done, Chris, if you do the honours, please. George Moncur is the Sky Bet man of the match. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
So what a moment for George Moncur, what a moment for Colchester. The third season in a row that they've been facing the possibility of relegation on the last day, and they are staying in League One. Apologies for any bad language you heard at the start of that, but as ever at this time of the season and on a day such as this, emotions understandably are running high. Neil Mellor is alongside me. Neil, from a Preston point of view, devastating for their fans who came down here, but credit to Colchester, yet again on the final day they produced.
Yeah, I think from a Preston point of view, hugely disappointing. Certainly a day that promised so much at the start of it. Preston travelled extremely well, but you have to give Colchester huge credit because they performed extremely well, and at the end of the day they showed the fighting spirit that was needed to win this game and stay up in the division.
Is it going too far to say Preston bottled it?
I think it's a little bit harsh. I think you have to give Colchester credit. You know, they certainly defended extremely well. You know, limiting Preston. This Preston side, we're talking about the goals throughout this side, really limited Preston to very few clear-cut opportunities. The goalkeeper rarely tested, wasn't tested enough, and you have to give Colchester huge credit for that. Missed a penalty at a key moment. You thought perhaps Preston from that moment on, a lot of pressure at the Colchester goal, but weren't really troubling the Colchester goalkeeper. So, I mean, you look at MK Dons, he put Preston under huge pressure all the way through this running, and I think you have to say a big well done to Carl Robinson and MK Dons for getting over the line as well.
Yeah, it's a stunning performance today, that's for sure. In the end, winning by 5-1 against already relegated Yeovil. We'll bring you all the full time shortly. There's still one game going, that's between Swindon and Leyton Orient. 2-2 last time we looked at that one. So we now know the playoff picture in League One. We kick off Thursday, Bramall Lane, Sheffield United against Swindon for the first leg, 7:30 Sky Sports 2, and it is the place that Preston did not want to be. Back in the playoffs again, 9 playoff campaigns they've had, and they have yet in the last 9 to be successful in any of them. Can it change this year? We will find out. They're up against Chesterfield in their first leg, 7:30 Sky Sports 5 on Thursday, and then on Friday and Saturday it's the Championship playoff semi-final first legs that take centre stage. We begin at Griffin Park. Brentford, who got into the playoff picture yesterday, that magnificent win up against Middlesbrough, first leg 7:30 Sky Sports 1, and then it's a small matter of an East Anglian derby in the playoffs at Portman Road as Ipswich and Norwich meet from midday on Saturday. And then looking ahead to next weekend, League 2 playoffs, we've got Plymouth against Wycombe, first leg 7:40 Sky Sports 1, and on Sunday Stevenage against Southend, the first leg of that one from 6:30, same channel. And that's finished. Swindon 2, Leyton Orient 2, and we'll go through all those results when we come back. We'll show you what it means, but the headlines today is that here at the Western Homes Community Stadium, Colchester showed their nerve, Preston lost theirs. Colchester stay in League One, Preston miss out, and it's MK Dons heading to the Championship.